Isam Bus, formerly known as Jan Farrell on the all-rookie team last year, starts at a forward position. Micah Adams-Woods, the transfer from Cincinnati, averaging 15 points a game. Darrell Banks, preseason All-Atlantic 10 selection. Chad Venning, who we featured on the pregame, averaging 14 a game. And another transfer back, this one from Bryant, where he was a 1,600-point scorer, Charles Pride.
He had some big shots, some timely shots against VCU the other night. Big three, I recall. Keep him ahead, Bob. And he averages 6.7 rebounds, their leading rebounder for their team.
Been in double figures 6 times this season in his first year with the Bonnies. For the Richmond Spiders this afternoon, they'll line up this way. Mikkel Tyne, the freshman at point guard, makes his 10th start, averaging 6 points per game. Jordan King joins him in the backcourt, third in the A-10 in scoring at 17.8. We zeroed in on Jai Bailey, averaging 9 points, 4 rebounds a game. Big man in the middle is Neil Quinn, averaging 14 points, 6 rebounds a game. And Isaiah Bigelow, the birthday boy, Beck, has had double-doubles each of the last 2 games.
Yeah, he's playing at a high level, Bob, and a lot of energy coming from Isaiah Bigelow. 29 points, 22 rebounds in his last couple games.
All right, those of you tuning in on Monumental Sports Network, we welcome you to our telecast after you finished up the exciting finish of the CAA game between UNC Wilmington and Towson. We're ready to go this afternoon. Tip-off driven by CarMax, the official used car retailer of the University of Richmond Spiders. CarMax, the way car buying should be. Neil Quinn for Richmond, Chad Venning for St. Bonaventure, and away we go. Atlantic 10 basketball from the Robins Center. The red-hot Bonnies, who had 12 three-pointers in the victory at the Siegel Center Wednesday night, will have the ball first. They're averaging 76 points a game, shooting 48% from the floor, but the Spiders have been playing great defense. Case in point, the steal by Isaiah Bigelow.
Yeah, good steal on the perimeter. We talked about the perimeter play, a very key factor today against Bonaventure. They're very good.
Will Quinn go one-on-one against Venning? Will St. Bonaventure double team? That's one of the strategic points of this game today. Jordan King, a deep 3 from the wing, is too strong. And the rebound for Isam Bus, who averages about 5 boards per game. And again, the Bonnies will have a chance to score first. Spider defense has been great. 39% from the floor, is 4th in the Atlantic 10. And Richmond giving up only 66 points per game. The Bonnies have had a turnover and a missed shot, Beck.
Yeah, quick shot by Isabus on that time, and that's the way you attack it. Bigelow on a drive, strong drive by Isaiah.
He doesn't look like the old man.
He doesn't.
He doesn't look like he just turned 24, which he did yesterday.
Yeah.
Now, this Bonnie team is old. We mean that in a positive way. They are the most experienced team in all of college basketball this year. Now, not all of that has been with St. Bonaventure, of course. They have 7 transfers. But they are, by age and by college basketball experience, the most veteran team in the country.
Yeah, and I think what Coach Schmidt is saying is once they become real good veterans, they'll understand my system at St. Bonaventure. They still haven't done that yet.
Backdoor cut, Quinn to Bailey. And the Spiders take a quick 4-0 lead.
Spiders have come out with a lot of energy. They need to definitely have. They probably watched the same game we watched the other night against VCU. St. Bonaventure came out on fire.
Well, some of the Spiders actually went to that game. Isaiah Bigelow was telling us yesterday he was in the crowd watching. And he's not watching now. He's really active. He's had a steal, a bucket, and a rebound. And the Spiders with fresh legs attacking the rim. Quinn missed it. It lipped out off the front of the rim. And in transition, Adams-Woods gets the Bonnies on the board, averaging 15 points a game.
Yeah, you got to sprint back if you're the Spiders. Bonaventure has really quick speed out there on the perimeter as well.
Adams-Woods, their leading scorer. He had a stretch of 19 straight field goals made earlier this year against Niagara and Siena. King misses the driving layup. Adams-Woods has it knocked away, and another Spider steal. Tyne to Bigelow. 3! Oh, is he fired up?
Looks good. He looks good. Talked about his energy level. It's very high.
First Wawa three-pointer of the afternoon belongs to Isaiah Bigelow. Spiders with a 5-point lead. Venning against Quinn. We'll zero in on that one all afternoon. And that dances in for Chad Venning. Nice touch by the big man.
Yeah, he has a nice touch around the basket. Like I said, he's shooting 54% from the field, so it's a tough matchup.
And he's not as big as he was when he first started college basketball at Morgan State. He was 345 pounds as a freshman. He's down to 255 in great basketball shape now. Good ball handling by Bailey to Quinn, who swishes it home. Good start for the Spiders, a 5-point lead. Venning has it rejected by Neil Quinn. And into the seats, bringing a roar from the Robins Center crowd.
Good recovery by Neil Quinn. Yeah, we'll get that block. It's a great pass by Banks there. I think Venning thought he had a wide open shot. Neil recovered and smacked it out of bounds.
Quinn 10th in the Atlantic 10 in block shots, in addition to his scoring, rebounding, and assists. 4 minutes in, it's a 5-point Richmond lead. First change for the Bonnies. Noel Brown, the George Washington transfer, is in early for Venning. That's Brown with the ball. Shot clock dwindling down. Banks over Quinn. Tough shot by Darryl Banks.
And that's where you talk about veteran play, mature play, never panic. Banks just took his time and raised and shot that shot.
His scoring is down from a year ago. They don't need it as much because of the transfers they brought in who are doing the scoring, but Banks can fill it up. Mikkel Tyne misses, and Brown with the rebound. And now Charles Pride, the Bryant transfer, ties the game with another three. He went 3 for 3 at the Siegel Center Wednesday night, and he's still hot.
Yeah, he can stroke it. You got to know that if you're the Spiders. Deep range as well.
They went 12 of 22 from three-point range in the win over the Rams. Ties the game, 5 minutes in. Atlantic 10 basketball. Tyne through traffic. Bailey. And he threw it away onto the St. Bonaventure bench, which will bring us to our first break. Entertaining good start to Atlantic 10 basketball this Saturday matinee from the capital city. Isaiah Bigelow off to a strong start, leads the Spiders with 5. We've got a tie game at the first timeout. VCU Wednesday not only opened eyes in the Atlantic 10, but around the nation too. They jumped all the way up to 55 in the net. They never trailed. They led by as many as 19. All 5 starters were in double figures. They only committed 8 turnovers in a game at the Siegel Center.
I think that was the most impressive, Bob. They took care of the basketball. They made shots when they had to. VCU got on a couple good runs, and they always had an answer for those runs in a hostile environment. So they played very well. They beat Oklahoma State in the non-conference. A nice win for them. They've had some tough games. They've done very well so far in this early season.
The other key win for them was over Akron right before the holiday break, and Mark Schmidt was telling us yesterday he really framed that game interestingly. He said, fellas, the schedule says we have 18 Atlantic 10 games. We have 19 Atlantic 10 games because Akron is just like an Atlantic 10 team.
Good point. Yeah, he made a great point on that.
And they won that one on a Charles Pride bucket in the closing seconds. Quinn to Tyne for the reverse layup. Thread the needle pass by Quinn, and the reverse layup kissing it off the glass by Tyne.
And Bob, one of the things that St. Bonaventure, Coach Schmidt is talking about when he's talking about these new guys playing against Richmond, backdoor passes and backdoor cuts and all that, they're not used to that. So they're out there using these new guys who haven't played against Richmond before.
Brown with the turnaround, it dances off. Great defense by Quinn, and Bigelow finishes it with the board. Noel Brown played twice against Richmond last year with GW. Didn't do anything back at no points in either game and 8 fouls in the 2 games. He's a different player in Bonnie Brown. In the corner, Bailey, catch and shoot 3, heel of the rim. Bonnie's down 2, come back to offense. Adams Woods to Pride. And now Barry Evans, sophomore. Good defense again here by Richmond. Pride, triple team, but he found Brown that time. And Noel Brown with his first 2 points against the Spiders.
Well, they show a lot of patience, St. Bonaventure. A lot of times there's a maturity.
Oh, bad pass in the backcourt by the freshman Tyne. And the Bonnies capitalize, and Moses Flowers with the bunny bucket. Spiders better be aware of the St. Bonaventure pressure.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about, Bob. You talk about mentally focused. You don't have any careless mistakes in a game like this. Every possession will count. So you have to take care of the ball and don't have those mental breakdowns.
That was one of your Luck Chevrolet keys to the game for sure. Quinn with 5. Bigelow with the turnaround around the rim and out. And Evans the rebound. Pride fakes the deep 3. Now Brown one-on-one again. Pride from the corner. Missed that one, and another Bigelow rebound, his 4th already. Spiders down 2 with a chance to tie or take the lead. 8 minutes into the first half.
I'd like to see King get a good look at a basketball. Hasn't had a good look yet.
He's looking for it, isn't he? Bailey handles the pass on the baseline. Bigelow in and out. Boy, it had 2 chances to drop through and did not. Back come the Bonnies. Flowers, swish for 3.
Remember, he played a lot of minutes last year for St. Bonaventure. He comes off the bench now, Bob, but he can score the basket.
Had a career-high 25 in their victory over Binghamton right before Christmas. Bonnies with their biggest lead. King trying to get free. Along the baseline, he does.
Woo, that's a pretty move by Jordan King with the hesitation.
But right back the other way, flying to the hoop is Micah Adams-Woods. What a pickup he has been for Mark Schmidt. He and Charles Pride, they came as a package deal. The 2 of them both from Syracuse, have been friends and teammates since about 7 years old. Yep. Went their separate ways for colleges and wanted to finish it out together, and Mark Schmidt ready to oblige.
Yeah, they played AAU together.
Quinn well off the mark with the 3. Bonnies in transition. Flowers connects on another 3 ball.
And again, they're so versatile as a team, St. Bonaventure. Maybe one guy one day, another guy. Tonight is Flowers starting off hot for St. Bonaventure. That's why it's important for the perimeter players to stay focused and understand as the game progresses.
Biggest lead for the Bonnies. Bailey looking to cut into it, and does with a 3, and a glance back over his shoulder at the Bonnies bench.
Yeah, they may have said something to it.
Halfway through the first half. Backdoor cut knocked away by Bailey, and a steal, and the Spiders run to offense. King, Tyne, off the heel of the rim. Bigelow going for the rebound is fouled. And the Spiders will have the ball when we come back. 9:45 to go in an energized first half from the Robins Center. The visitors from Olean with a 5-point advantage.
Is a new title really not?
Only 8 turnovers a game, and then St. Bonnie's at 11. But Bonnie shoot the ball from the free throw line just a tad better.
Early numbers, Bonnies are 9 of 16 today. That's 56%. King to Walls. Mike Walls has checked in. So has Jason Roach and Tyler Harris. 3 changes for the Spiders. King from downtown Richmond. Misses that one, and the rebound for Kyrell Luke, who's in for the first time, the junior. Transfer from Holy Cross. He was their starting point guard last year, so Micah Adams-Woods came along.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Luke has accepted it very well, Bob, as Coach Smith said. They understand their role.
Takes the jumper, and he misses it, and Mike Walls, who's been battling that groin injury, giving it a go here this afternoon.
Yeah, Coach frowned on that. Coach Smith frowned on that shot. You come in cold and take that type of shot, quick shot.
Venning back in the game, guarding Walls. Roach, the deep 3, well off of the mark on his first shot.
Yeah, Jason hasn't gotten his feet set. That's the problem with him. And once he gets his feet set, squares up to the basket. He makes a lot of his shots, three-point shots.
Spiders will need that kind of firepower from him. Moses Flowers, contested jumper, halfway down and out, and Walls the rebound.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Spiders go into Walls, even though he may not be a threat to score. He get an easy bucket, maybe going inside out.
Chris Mooney with the 3 subs on the court. That's basically all he's got today, other than the 2 true freshmen that he really hasn't played very much. Aiton Noyes is out with the ankle injury. Delani Hunt is still out with the wrist, although he's close to coming back. Probably see him next week. King driving down the lane with 1 second on the shot clock. Gets bailed out by the foul.
Yeah, it's fortunate for the Spiders that time. But he did the right thing, King. He went to the basket, and that's what you need to do.
It's the second team foul on St. Bonaventure. Flowers with 1, and now Banks with 1. Mikel Tyne comes back. Jai Bailey gets his first rest. Spiders down 5 as we hit the 8-minute mark. King being hounded by Flowers. That's what Mark Schmidt said they would do to him, is make everything hard on him. Right. Coach Schmidt remembered seeing him when they played Siena back in the day. Tyne at the shot clock buzzer for 3 from Mike Walls.
Good find by Mike Walls.
Makes it a 2-point St. Bonaventure lead. Spiders with 6 unanswered points here. Banks to Venning. King went for the charge. There was no whistle, and Venning turned it over anyway.
Quick hands by one of the interior Spider players. Defenders got their hand on that ball.
Richmond with a chance to tie now or take the lead. Tyne at the 3-point line. Walls and Roach. Good ball movement here. Who's going to get the shot? Jordan King. Good, and the Spiders have the lead on the King 3 ball. That'll feel really good to him. He was 4 of his last 25 coming into this game from 3-point range. And most importantly, it gives Richmond a 1-point advantage. Venning against Walls. Missed it, and Tyne the rebound. Flying towards the basket, and that went out of bounds literally off of the face of Moses Flowers. And your buddy, Ron Taberski, kind of got his directions confused.
I want to make sure they are paying attention to fans here.
A couple of Pittsburgh buddies there, my partner Craig Beckwith and Ron Taberski. It will be Spider ball. They got the call right when we come back. Happy birthday to our guy Mike O'Toole.
Happy birthday, and I know he is probably thinking about those Pittsburgh Steelers who are playing at Baltimore today, like I am, and hopefully the Steelers can bring a win for the birthday boy, Michael O'Toole.
No place he'd rather be than with us at the Robins Center, and keeping an eye on the Steelers game, which I think is about to kick off.
Yes, it is.
So concentrate on the game here, Beck. All right,
this has been an exciting game, Bob, so far. Good entertainment. So,
1-point Richmond lead in the ball. Neil Quinn back in the game. So is Jai Bailey. It's Tyler Harris. Quinn against Venning. 2 of the premier big men in the Atlantic 10. That got deflected, but Quinn finds Harris, who misses the layup underneath the rim.
He got caught in between, whether to dunk it or lay it up.
So it stays a 1-point Richmond lead. Spiders have run off 9 consecutive points. Could have been more. Will the Bonnies take advantage? Good defense by Quinn, knocking that pass out of bounds. So far, so good on Venning, right? Just the 2 points.
Yeah, they're really pushing him off the block, number 1, Bob, and they're denying it. That was a nice denial by Neil Quinn on the block to knock that ball away. Spiders have taken 12 3-point attempts, whereas Bunnies have only taken 6. Remember last year in this building, the Spiders were 5 for 24 from 3.
Good look at Venning. 14 points a game, 54% from the floor. Adams Woods drives on Tyne to the basket. Bigelow with great help defense and the Spiders forced a bad shot.
Yeah, it's shot clock was running down to 1 second. Really good D by the Spiders.
Looking to turn it into good O. Now try and extend the lead. Tying around Venning. Finds Quinn for the jumper from the A10 logo in A10 basketball.
Bob, if Neil Quinn can hit that shot consistently, I'll tell you what, the Spiders will be in really good shape this afternoon. They traveled. Yeah, easy call.
That'll be the Bonnies' 5th turnover. Good half-court defense again by Richmond.
It was a nice move. We forgot to put the ball down first, though. So.
Quinn with 4 points here in the early going. A couple of those floating jumpers from the A10 logo for him. Spiders trying to extend an 11-0 run. Bonnies haven't scored in over 5 minutes. So Chris Mooney's been talking about the defense has been solid all year long, trying to get the offense consistent. Quinn, Roach, Jason off the dribble. 5 to shoot. King finds an opening. The step back off the left side of the rim. The follow by Jason Roach. Only his 2nd 2-point field goal of the season.
Might be his first stick back in his career in Richmond here.
That other field goal was a layup in the William and Mary game way back early in the year. Everything else has been 3-pointers. 5-point Spider lead. Richmond's biggest. Venning over Quinn. Bigelow over the rim for his 7th rebound of the game in the first half. Roach halfway down and out.
That was a good look, though. He's had his feet set that time. He's right on target.
Pride under the basket. Banks off the dribble. Quinn with the rebound. Fights for the ball and a tie-up. A lot of contact under the basket there, going for that rebound. But toughness by Neil Quinn. Spiders will have the ball on the alternating possession arrow. Richmond has its biggest lead of the game. The Spiders are on a 13-0 run.
It takes attention to detail.
Called so far in the first half. These stripes here behind me, I hope they don't hear me say that. They must be double parked again today. Hey, as we head to halftime, Greg Beckwith's going to come on with us and help us analyze the first half action. We're going to have some highlights, out-of-town scores, all A10 action, matinee action. So all 5 games going on right now or already complete in A10 play. We'll also have some stats at halftime for everybody to check out.
Yeah, neither team, thank you, Matt, look forward to your halftime. Neither team has attempted a free throw yet.
It's crazy.
Becoming a little bit of a recurring theme in games here at the Robins Center several times this year, although you don't really expect it in a conference game. A lot of pressure in the backcourt. Jordan King really working to get it across. He and Jai Bailey now, the Spider backcourt. With a 5-point lead and a 13-point run here by Richmond. Mike Walls in for Neil Quinn. Noel Brown in for Chad Venning. Bigelow with the fadeaway. Walls offensive rebound. Second chance opportunity for the home team.
That was a strong rebound by Mike Walls that time. Little things like that. I mean, big play for the Spiders in this first half.
Walls head of the circle 3 is too strong and over the top of the backboard.
That's his shot. He usually makes that, Bob. You see it in practice. He can shoot that. It's almost too open.
Yeah, well, we remember the couple that he made down in Florida when the Spiders were down there for the tournament. Drained a couple back-to-back threes from right at that spot. All right, St. Bonaventure has gone 7 minutes without scoring. Still has not scored, and Isaiah Bigelow has 8 first half rebounds, but the Spiders go for the touchdown pass there, and it's incomplete and out of bounds.
Yeah, you got to know who you're throwing it to, number 1, and that was just going to have to be a pinpoint pass. It's a good idea, but you don't want to take those type of chances in a game as close as this.
Got to believe Mark Schmidt is feeling fortunate to be down just 5, right? Considering his team hasn't scored in almost 8 minutes now. Charles Pride has the 1 3-pointer. Adams Woods. Tyler Harris pushing him out to midcourt. In the corner, Adams Woods had it blocked partially by Walls. Bigelow with a great fight comes out of there with it. Run out for the Spiders. The alley-oop. Bigelow to Walls, and he flushes it home. High energy and high flying act by the Spiders. Brown under, misses it. The tip no good. King comes out of there with it. An energized Richmond team.
And a feisty Richmond team right now.
With a 7-point lead. Tyler Harris, the Western Carolina transfer. Whips it around. King, Tyne, jumper, back of the rack.
Yeah, a little stationary that time, a little stagnant on the offense.
And that'll be a Mikel Tyne foul. Not the worst thing right now, because Tyne picks up just his first. And the first foul whistled on the Spiders.
Oh, there's a strong rebound by Isaiah Bigelow. He took it out, Bob, and dribbled down the court. I think they surprised the Bonnies for throwing that alley-oop right there.
Did you see Walls calling for it there? That was a great shot. Spider TV crew there. You saw Walls with his index finger pointing up as Bigelow came down the court, and Zay saw him and put it right on the rim for him.
I like the push out, though. The Spiders get those easy buckets. It just takes a lot of pressure off the half-court game.
That's the Spiders being connected, a word Chris Mooney has used to describe his team a lot this year. 7-point lead. Bonnie's now 9 minutes without scoring, and it's going to be more. Steal by King. Bailey flying to the basket. It lips out on him as he crashes to the floor, and back comes St. Bonaventure. Pride cut off by Quinn. Isamvus. The fadeaway is good, and finally the drought ends. 9.5 minutes without scoring.
Yeah, the Spiders are really solid defensively in this first half.
And a 15-0 run. Quinn. Bailey, catch and shoot off the back of the rim. Boy, he was open.
Good look.
And Mark Schmidt's going to use a timeout here. Use it or lose it. First half timeout. Spiders with a 5-point lead and 35 seconds to go in the half.
Well, the Spiders have really done a nice job on a defensive end in this first half, Bob. Really taking St. Bonaventure out of their routinely, their rhythm of offense, because they usually run it closer to the basket. They're pushing them way out in this first half. Really, we talked about getting out on the perimeter and really getting solid defensively on the perimeter. The Spiders have done a nice job in this first half. It's made it really uncomfortable and difficult for the Bonnies in their half-court offense.
23rd Atlantic 10 opener for the Spiders. 12-10 all-time and 9-9 under Coach Mooney. But as we mentioned at the outset, Spiders have lost their last 2 Atlantic 10 openers. They would like to protect their home court today and get off to that 1-0 start in the A-10.
I think it's important to really come out with this type of energy and get that win, this home court win. Protect your home court. And this conference is going to be really tough. You can tell there's a lot of parity. A lot of teams feel like they can win the conference. There's no one standout dominant team in A-10, in my opinion. I know Dayton's predicted to be one. They're good, but I'm telling you, everybody's vulnerable because everyone knows everyone's tendencies in this league, and toughness. It's just a really good conference, and it's a lot of parity.
All right, half-minute to go in the first half. Spiders by 5. Would like to finish this thing off and be at arm's length from the Bonnies going into the locker room. Flowers misses. Bigelow with his 10th rebound of the first half. 3 straight double-figure rebound games for Isaiah Bigelow.
Well, not only that, it's important how big of a rebound that was. He was on Flowers, who took the shot. He ran in and grabbed that rebound after that shot attempt by Flowers, who he is watching.
Last shot for the Spiders. They won't get it away as Jordan King was smothered by the Bonnies. True to Mark Schmidt's word, they are going to make everything tough on Jordan King, and they did right there. Nonetheless, the Spiders will take a 5-point lead to the locker room at halftime, Beck, that included a 15-0 run.
Well, they were spearheaded by the guy, Isaiah Bigelow, in my opinion. He really came out with a lot of energy, set the tone on both ends of the floor. He's rebounding. They got it in the passing lanes. They really made it difficult for St. Bonaventure to score in their half-court game in this first half.
Spiders take a 5-point lead to the locker room. That's appropriate because they have 4 players with 5 points each. Jordan King, Jai Bailey, Mikkel Tide, and Isaiah Bigelow. And Bigelow, of course, with the 10 rebounds as well. The Spiders held the Bonnies to just 37% shooting in the first half. Moses Flowers turned out to be their leading scorer with 8. Lakewood halftime show with our friend Matt Smith is coming up after we take a timeout. The Spiders in their A-10 opener with a 5-point lead at intermission on the St. Bonaventure Bonnies. 28-23. That's coming your way next.
Stay tuned to learn more about
Spiders to get off to a good start.
All right, what about this? Spiders happy with a 15-0 run, but the Bonnies happy to be only down 5?
Yeah, the Spiders have to continue to play with that type of energy, Bob. Again, tight games like this, you always know that you don't turn it over in key situations. You got to make plays in critical situations in the second half. Spiders have to stay focused mentally.
3 turnovers for Richmond in the first half. Bonnies do have the ball here to try and cut into that lead early in the second half. Venning had a very quiet first half. He's going one-on-one against Quinn, and he scores.
Well, I guarantee they challenged Venning. Coach Smith and the staff said, we're going into you, big fella. Make it happen.
He was 1 for 6 in the first half, so he's equaled his field goal production in the first 20 seconds of the second half, and the Spider lead is 3. And now it's 5 as Jordan King knocks it down. And they need to get him going, just like the Bonnies need to get Venning going, right?
Yeah, if they can get King, it'd be unbelievable. Another travel call again.
And give credit on that one to Jai Bailey, because he closed out Micah Adams-Woods. That's who Venning wanted to throw the ball to. And Mark Schmidt told us, he said, we know Richmond's defense is going to do some things to us, and we have to respond. So the Spiders get it on the Bonnies' turnover, their 7th. Richmond's biggest lead has been 7, which it could be on this possession. 10 to shoot. Bailey, King. From deep, off the heel of the rim.
Not a good set that time for the Spiders on the offensive end. A lot of standing, not a lot of movement. Again, they're better when they're moving and passing and cutting.
Good defensive stop by the Bonnies. Now Micah Adams-Woods had just 4 points in the first half. Quinn down in that low defensive crouch. Venning bulling his way to the basket. The foul is called on Quinn. The Spider crowd wanted another travel there on Venning. That'll be a non-shooting foul.
Yeah, he came out of his shoe. That's where they wanted to travel.
By rule, that should be a travel. The Bonnies did not attempt a free throw in the first half. The Spiders did not attempt a free throw.
What are you saying?
The officials read the stat sheet in the locker room at halftime. I learned that from you. Here's Banks. Venning. Nice spin along the baseline, and here come our first free throws. Nice quick move by Chad Venning.
Well, that looked like a Neil Quinn spin on the baseline that time, Chad Venning.
And Neil Quinn picks up a couple of quick fouls to start the second half, Greg.
Yeah, what I liked about that ball, I thought Neil did a nice job of forcing him off the block a couple steps. But Venning caught it and took his time and made a quick move against Quinn.
Good free throw shooter at 70%. Mike Walls will come in for Quinn with the 2 fouls.
Yeah, their team shoots 77% from the free throw line, so they want to get to the free throw line.
Second best in the Atlantic 10, one of the top marks in the country. 1 out of 2, nice job, partner.
There you go.
Yep. The old broadcaster's jinx. 4-point Richmond lead, 2 minutes into the second half. King attacks, spins it in. Quick move by Jordan King.
Yeah, and Jordan's looking to attack now. He's playing downhill a lot more in his first couple possessions for the Spiders.
Yeah, that's the old Jordan King there, the first half dozen games or so of the season. Great defense by Bigelow, who strips the ball from Venning. Quick hands by Isaiah Bigelow.
Yeah, Mark Schmidt told us yesterday he really liked Bigelow. See why right now. He's playing a heck of a game.
Tough three by Mikkel Tyne. Bigelow tried to keep it alive, but Venning grabbed it authoritatively. And in transition, the three ball is good by Isambus.
You cannot make that mistake if you're the Spiders. Take a bad shot, it's a long rebound, and they kick out and go.
Fourth three-pointer of the game for the Bonnies. They can get hot in a heartbeat. Cuts the Spider lead in half. King and Tyne in the backcourt. Walls with 5 on the shot clock. Bailey into Bigelow. The fadeaway jumper off the rim at the buzzer. Good defensive stop again by the Bonnies. Pride in the forecourt. Banks guarded by Bigelow. Good matchup here, Adams, Woods, and King. Looks like Adams Woods wants to go one-on-one. Will he? Nope. Knocked away by Bailey and out of bounds.
That looked like it deflected off of
Isambus.
It looked like it.
Coach Mooney wanted that
It
call.
looked like it from the angle we had.
Can't review that one until the last 2 minutes.
Good defense again. The pace is slowing up now, Bob. So you see both teams are slowing the pace up. There's a lot of energy, high energy.
6 on the shot clock off of the inbound. Adams Woods over Walls. Good by Adams Woods.
Protected the ball very nicely on that shot.
He had that look in his eye earlier in that possession that that's what he was going to do. That's a clutch bucket. And great defense by St. Bonaventure. Tyne comes up with the loose ball. Spiders were fortunate there. Bonnies weren't convinced the shot clock should have reset there. And it could have been a backcourt violation. That's what Mark Schmidt was arguing for. Didn't get it. Big time three by Jordan King. First player for either team in double figures. He has 12.
Talk about timely buckets. That is a timely bucket for the Spiders, and there's a 3 like that.
Venning cut off by Walls, and it's thrown out of bounds. That is tough defense by the sophomore center Mike Walls, and the offensive explosion by Jordan King. 7 second half points. He's got a dozen. Spiders stay at arm's length. They're up 4 on the Bonnies at the second half. Timeout.
At Honda, we think owning a vehicle should be stress-free. That's why we offer complimentary maintenance for 2 years.
They have not been yet in the game.
Yeah, the Spiders have to get a little bit more aggressive and start attacking the rim. You see if they can get to the free throw line. Well, the second half, Bob, you said the pace has slowed up. Both teams are shooting the ball fairly well now. Well, St. Bonnie hasn't missed a shot. They're 3 for 3 in the second half. The Spiders are 3 for 6, so a little bit more slower, methodical game. A little bit better. You got to execute now, both teams.
Mark Schmidt to employ some full court defensive pressure here. Spiders get it to Jordan King, and he'll work it up against Micah Adams Woods, 2 veteran guards. Walls getting quality minutes this afternoon. Bailey attacks, hangs, misses. Great rebound by Tyler Harris. He saw where that ball and that carom was going, and he was right there.
Opportunity, second opportunity, very important.
Spiders have actually out-rebounded the Bonnies, 22-19. St. Bonaventure, pretty good rebounding team, 3rd in rebounding margin in the Atlantic 10. That has not been a Spider strong suit, but it's been solid today. Led by Isaiah Bigelow, who is not on the floor at the moment. Jason Roach is in for Richmond. 5 to shoot. Walls with the turnaround jumper, and he rattles it in. Clutch bucket by Walls.
Quality minutes that Mike Walls is giving the Spiders right now.
Bailey taking a turn on Adams Woods now. Tyler Harris with the defense, the miss, and Bailey the rebound. Here comes Jordan King, flying down the lane to Walls, who has it blocked. Undeterred, Mike gets it back. And Jai Bailey flying to the air. He went up for the one-hand jam and got hammered to the court. Well, that's the attack that you want to see. Had a little bit of chirping after the play. Adams, Woods, and King going at it.
That's the way you attack the rim. It took a hard fall. I think he got the wind knocked out, and hopefully I think he's going to be okay.
Just giving him a second.
Yeah.
It has been an injury-free year for Jai Bailey, which has led to his success on the court, right? I remember back as a freshman, when he got here, he had a broken wrist in the summer. Then his sophomore year, he had the ankle injury. Then last year, he had the broken hand and the bruised knee that limited his playing time. He has been healthy all year, and that's the way he's playing, back right there.
Exactly. He's been in attack mode, Bob. He appeared only in 20 games last year because of that hand injury.
He has really struggled at the foul line, just 45%. So you could argue it was a good foul by Chad Venning in St. Bonaventure, because Bailey not only was going to give the Spiders 2 points, but he was going to blow the roof off the Robins.
Yes, he would have.
Nice job by Jai. He gets 1 of 2. He's got half a dozen, and the Spiders equal their biggest lead of the game.
See how far the Spiders are pushing out St. Bonaventure on the floor for their offense.
Venning is far from the basket. Pride underneath the basket. Ball knocked away, and Jason Roach comes up with it. What swarming activity by the Richmond defense.
Well, we talked about perimeter defense being an important part of the winning. The Spiders are really doing that. They're really getting up on them defensively.
Tyler Harris, King off the screen, off the back of the rim, and the rebound for Barry Evans.
He had a great look at it.
Evans taking it coast to coast, back to Charles Pride, who misses, and Jai Bailey snatches the rebound.
One and done. Good rebound by Jai.
Again, the Spiders with a chance to pad their biggest lead of the afternoon. Roach off the dribble. Walls and King. 5 to shoot. King steps back, lets it fly. It's short. Bailey keeps it alive. Roach to Harris. Great hustle by Richmond.
They're doing little things, Bob. Hustle plays.
Bailey's going to try again. It lips out on him, but he draws the contact and the foul.
Again, attacking the rim. Jai Bailey going hard.
Well, you know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to sing his praises again for most improved player in the Atlantic 10.
Absolutely.
And Venning picks up the personal foul. It'll be his second. Nobody in any real foul trouble, although the two bigs, Neil Quinn and Chad Venning, each with 2. And Mark Schmidt is going to follow Chris Mooney's lead, and he's going to get Venning out of the game. Brown waiting at the scorer's table.
Winning plays, Bob. Little things. Second chance opportunities. Loose balls they're snagging. And they're attacking the rim when they get an opportunity. Get to the free throw line in the second half.
Great hard work by Mike Walls. He's getting a breather now. He's played 11 quality minutes this afternoon. Bailey, though, misses both free throws. So some points left out there by the Spiders. Still a 7-point lead. This is Kyrell Luke. Moses Flowers with a catch and shoot 3. You don't want him to heat up. That's his 3rd 3 of the game. He's in double figures with 11.
Well, you can't lose sight where he is.
Spider lead trimmed to 4. A lot of basketball still to go. Quinn back in there. Tyler Harris looking for Quinn on the low block against Brown. Taking him to the basket with the left hand too strong.
Yeah, he just hasn't been able to get in the flow right now. Quinn.
Flowers bumped by Isaiah Bigelow, who commits the personal foul, which will bring us to a timeout and give both coaches a chance to regroup with their guys. Mike Walls, 11 minutes, 4 points. He's made an impact this afternoon. Spiders hanging on at the moment with a 4-point lead. 11:41 to go, second half.
Uncomfortable, not going to throw bad passes. It's just been really good team defense. One of the keys we talked about is perimeter defense had to be solid. They have really done a nice job, really pushing St. Bonaventure in their half-court game way out. Really haven't gotten any type of flow and rhythm for St. Bonnie. The Spiders have to continue to do that.
Jai Bailey getting a breather here, trying to catch his breath. He's been knocked to the floor a couple times on hard drives to the basket. So he's getting a breather. Important stretch here, I would think, Greg, for both teams, but certainly for Richmond. Luke to the basket, smothered by Neil Quinn, his second block shot of the game, and out of bounds.
Yeah, he waited for that one. Good defense by Neil Quinn, a rim protector for the Spiders when he's in there. Luke's a good driver and a strong driver.
Spiders know he's a lefty, too, so they knew he was going to go left. He's got the ball off of the inbound. That's Flowers going up. Pretty move by Flowers.
Yeah, he's keeping them in the game, Bob. He's been solid coming off the bench. He's a scorer.
He had 20 against Richmond in their victory at the Riley Center at St. Bonaventure last year when the Bonnies won both regular season meetings between these teams, both close games. This is the only regular season meeting this year. Spider lead trimmed to 2. Bonnie's starting to tighten the screws defensively. Bigelow, tough shot from the baseline for Isaiah Bigelow.
He's come up with key plays on the offensive end, on the defensive end. That was a big time shot, Bigelow that time.
7 points, 10 rebounds for Isaiah. Luke guarded by Mikel Tyne. Spiders rush out on Flowers now. He's had the hot hand. Banks over Quinn. Tough shot. Tough rebound by Tyler Harris.
Spiders have really done a nice job on the glass, just eliminating the Bonnies to one shot opportunity.
Spiders put their half-court offense into gear. Quinn open. He knew that one was going down. He had already turned and was starting to run back to play defense as the ball was going through the net. Boy, that's a late whistle on Jordan King, who looked like he got all ball.
Yeah, that was a tough call on Jordan that time.
The camera will not blink. Sure, we'll find out. Here we go.
It's clean.
Looked clean, didn't it?
Clean.
They replayed it here in the Robins Center as well. You can hear the reaction.
It's one of those anticipated calls or a late anticipated call because he called that late.
So Flowers, a 72% free throw shooter, swishes the first one. He is their only player in double figures. He has kept them in this thing with 14 points.
And that's how versatile they are, Bob. And they have guys that can come off the bench and score. Their bench play has been really stellar this year versus last year. As you remember, they didn't play a lot of players off that bench last year.
15 for Moses Flowers. And the Spider lead is 4 halfway through the second half. Tyne against Luke. Luke kind of reaching in there. Could have been a foul, was not. Right in front of us. We would have blown the whistle. Now Jordan King, and that'll be a foul on Moses Flowers, which will be his second. Flowers came in averaging 10 a game. He's been in double figures now in 7 of their past 10 games.
One of the things that you're watching the Spiders this afternoon, they put in little wrinkles for Jordan King coming off of screens, Bob, to get some shots off against St. Bonaventure.
Tyne out to King. Deep open 3 is too strong. Bigelow another rebound and a pushing foul on Kyrell Luke.
Yeah, that's a mismatch that time. And Isaiah knew it. He went after it. Another big-time rebound.
That is Bigelow's 12th rebound. His career high is 14.
Just keeps getting after it.
Quinn down the lane to King for the layup. Big to small that time.
That's right.
Quinn to King. That's a tough shot that's in and out. Tyler Harris, though, will be called for a hook on Noah Brown.
Yeah, it's a good angle that the referee had that time. We had that angle as well.
You know, Greg, when we see backdoors like that for the Spiders, that goes back to something Mark Schmidt said to us yesterday, that, you know, his scout team can replicate that at about 25 miles per hour. The Spiders run it at about 75 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's a different animal when you're trying to defend it when they're going really fast.
Esam Boos in the corner, mismatch here, but the Spiders knock the ball away, and Jai Bailey back in the game comes up with it.
Let's just watch Mark Schmidt. He's just had his hands on his head. It's like, I can't believe they tried to throw that ball in there.
Now the Spiders looking to take advantage of the 12th St. Bonaventure turnover. They only average 11 per game. Quinn, jump hook, good by Neil Quinn. What a quick release.
If he makes that shot, I'm telling you, the Spiders are in really good shape.
Largest lead of the game for Richmond, and the crowd responds accordingly. Well, that could have been a moving screen on Brown. That's a wild shot. That could have been an over the back on Esam Boos, and it is.
Yep. It's easy call that time.
Well, the Spiders will get it back, having increased their lead to 8 here with 8:10 to go. Chad Vennick comes back in the game for St. Bonaventure. So does Micah Adams-Woods. So Mark Schmidt knows this is a key stretch for his team. Here comes pressure. How will the Spiders handle it? Jai Bailey doing a little bit of everything. Jordan King directing traffic.
Spreading them out a little bit on isolation there. There's 4 in and 1 out with Quinn that time. They're trying to get him isolated.
Backdoor, Bailey from Quinn for the layup, and a 10-point Spider lead. Jai Bailey with 8. The Bonnies call timeout. Jai Bailey, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. The Spiders with a 10-point lead. 7:41 to go, second half.
"37 words helped me to realize I could do or be anything."
37 words allowed me to play and coach the game I love at the collegiate.
Choose pickup or delivery, all at WawaCatering.com. Spiders have 5 Wawa three-pointers this afternoon, just 5 of 20 from beyond that arc.
They've been able to get other pockets, Bob. A lot of backdoor cuts, a lot of sharing of the basketball, 15 assists, 4 turnovers. So they've done a nice job of taking care of the basketball. Just playing team defense has been really, really phenomenal. And especially in the second half, they've really gotten after St. Bonnie in the second half.
Spiders, in fact, have outscored the Bonnies by 5 here to double up that halftime lead, forcing Mark Schmidt to use the timeout. which we'll get another one of at the next whistle, actually, at the under 8 media break. Pride against Tyne. Quinn helps on the double team, and the foul came from behind. I think Tyne is going to get called for that foul. I think Quinn got the block, but Mikkel Tyne called for his second foul. So before the free throws come, we will get our media break. Just under 7.5 to go, second half. Spiders enjoying and protecting a 10-point lead. By this Richmond team, they have really executed scouting report game plan on the two big scores, right? For the Bonnies, Chad Venning has only 5 points. His season low is 8, and Micah Adams-Woods has only 6 points. His season low is 8.
Yeah, they've done a nice job, Bob. And even with Chad Venning, they haven't had a double team like we thought they'd have to mix it up and double teaming. They've really done a nice job of forcing him off the block a little further than he wants, and of course, Micah Adams-Woods, but he hasn't really touched the ball. He hasn't really been in any rhythm. He had a lot of shot attempts, and he really pushed him away from the basket.
Charles Pride, their best free throw shooter. Just following in your footsteps.
Did you just say that?
I hurried to say it. He was 86%. Now he's 19 of 23. And he makes 1 out of 2. And now the Spiders will have to handle some full court defense. And Neil Quinn comes back to help out. Mikkel Tyne, nifty ball handling behind his back, crossing over into the offensive end. King from midcourt. 10 on the shot clock. King, Quinn, heel of the rim, up in the air and through the net for Neil Quinn, who's in double figures.
Well, they haven't been able to adjust to that two-man game with Quinn and King.
Biggest lead at 11, Neil in double figures for the 10th time this season. Venning powers his way over and through Neil Quinn. So he's up to 7 points. The Spider lead at 9 with 6:35 to play. Now is it Quinn's turn. Quinn in the lane, has it knocked away and stolen, and that's not a good foul by Neil Quinn. He's a smart basketball player. He knew he had 3 fouls, and I think he let his emotions get the better of him on that one, and Neil picks up his 4th.
Yeah, there's a frustration foul there. He got 4 fouls. Got to realize that. It's 1-1 now.
Now, let me double check that, Greg, because the stat monitor is showing 3 on Neil. So it is only 3. I do think they gave the one before the break to Mikkel Tyne. Yep.
Yeah.
They made that change, actually. So it's 3 on Quinn. Nonetheless, he has come out of the game. And Pride knocks that one down. And yes, you're right, it's 1-1. So 3 on Quinn. He's on the bench now with 10 points. Pride now with 6. The lead at 7. And a steal by Venning on a bad pass by Bailey, who does not turn the ball over very often. Key stretch of the game right here. Veteran St. Bonaventure team. They don't blink at much. They showed that Wednesday night at the Siegel Center. Venning backing in on Walls. And a great scratch back defense by Jordan King. Put back up though and in by Charles Pride just before the buzzer. And the Bonnies making a run, and Richmond uses a timeout.
Wow, the fortunate bounce there for the Bonnies, and a tough shot in traffic by Pride. Make that go in. It's a 5-point lead now. The Spiders with 5:47 left.
30-second timeout.
Well, we talked about execution. Every possession in the second half. We talked about down the stretch would be critical. You can't have turnovers critical situations, Bob, and I think that's what that was. Tough turnover there. Now you got to be able to get the ball inbounds, execute your inbound press advance here coming out of this timeout.
Spiders will return to the floor with the freshman point guard, Mikkel Tyne. Neil Quinn in the middle, Jordan King. And in fact, Quinn is not going to come back yet. Wall's still on the floor. So Tyne, King, Walls, Bigelow, Bailey for Richmond. Esam Voos, Adams, Woods, Venning, Pride, and Flowers. Flowers, their leading scorer with 15.
Yeah. Now the Spiders just got to execute against their press.
Bigelow finds King. And the Spiders will attack. 6 straight points here by the Bonnies to close the gap. See what the Spiders called out of the timeout here. Walls hands it to King. Walls cross court. Bailey hangs in the air and banks it in for 2 and a chance for 3.
Again, understanding his strengths and weaknesses, Bobby. Didn't start to settle for that jump shot. Didn't feel comfortable. Was open, but he took his time. Ball fake, took it to the rim, drew the foul, and went home.
Jai Bailey in double figures for the 4th straight game now. And he drew the foul on Chad Venning.
Yes.
So that levels the court, right? Neil Quinn has 3, Chad Venning has 3.
Yeah, both number 32, the bigs, have 3. So now you start getting into the game of chess with the coaching staffs and how they play it now. Cat and mouse. Here we go. It's 5:15 left. Got to execute.
7-point Spider lead. Esam Voos. Underneath, juggled by Venning, and coming up with it is Neil Quinn.
Good steal again by the Spiders. Good defense, Neil Quinn in the post.
13th St. Bonaventure turnover. Bailey just got just got it across. So now the Spiders only with 15 on the shot clock here. Quinn looking right. Bigelow, jab step. Bigelow hangs in the air and scores. Back to a 9-point Richmond lead with 4.5 to go. Venning pushed out to the elbow. Adams Woods hounded by Bailey. Venning in the paint. Esam Voos. Venning, not that time, but an offensive rebound by Pride, and he got entangled with Bigelow. Isaiah will be called for the personal foul.
Yeah, that was a good defense by Richmond once again, and hopefully Bigelow's okay. Kind of rolled up on it, but the time shot clock was going down, going to his left, Bob, and hit that running one-hander in the lane. He knew that was a big bucket to get as the shot clock was going down.
Isaiah Bigelow is 1 point away from his 3rd straight double-double. Jai Bailey will get a rest before the stretch drive here at the end. Bailey leaves 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Pride to the line to shoot 2. He'll look to become the 2nd Bonnie into double figures today. Scored over 1,600 points in his Bryant career. Missed a few games earlier this season. He had an ankle injury.
Yeah, it's been quiet too. I mean, close to 12 points a game as a scorer. Really quiet in this game. The Spiders have really done a nice job in general. All these guys on the perimeter.
All right, 2 free throws there by Pride. Makes it a 7-point game with 4 minutes to go. Next foul will be 1-1 for the Spiders. So this could come down to some free throw shooting.
Yeah, key is to take care of the basketball, get a good look at the, run some clock off.
Which the Spiders are doing here. King being chased all over the court. The step back around the rim and out.
Had a great look.
Now the Bonnies with a chance to close the gap. Tyler Harris blocked the shot, but a bumping foul will be called on Tyler Harris. They let everything go in the first half, and the whistles are getting a little tighter as this tight game comes down the stretch. Final media break with 3.5 to go. The Spiders with a 7-point lead. And head to Chicago Monday for a Tuesday night game against Loyola, and then back home here next Saturday against a really good George Mason team that is proving it will be one of the best teams in the conference. The Bonnies get their bye. Coach Mooney wasn't happy about having an early bye, and neither is Mark Schmidt. They're off all week before they play their home Atlantic 10 opener next Saturday. But first things first here, Beck. Spiders got to finish this off in 3:31. You know defense is going to come to the forefront here. The Spiders have 10 steals today. 4th time this year they've had double-figure thefts.
Well, 10 steals, they forced 13 turnovers. They got 30 points in the paint, the Spiders. Only 18 for St. Bonaventure. 17 points from turnovers. So the Spiders have really turned it up on a defensive end. And as Coach Mooney said, their defense has been stellar all year. Really tighten the grips this afternoon. They got to finish it off.
Well, Pride misses the second one there, so he's missed a couple. Spiders with a 6-point lead. 2-possession game. Veteran teams, both. Bonnies with 7 transfers, the Spiders with 6. King doing a lot of dribbling. Time from Quinn. 4 to shoot. Tyne off the back of the rim. Bigelow, a huge offensive rebound. His 13th of the game.
He's come up big.
Can't spell Bigelow without big. Tyne, oh, well, oof. That's a tough one for Mark Schmidt to swallow.
Yeah, see, he had that great angle on that one.
Yes, he did.
We did too.
The foul is whistled on Moses Flowers, which will be his 3rd, and Tyne to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1.
I think the players of St. Bonnie were like, whoa. They look clean. But there's a couple other thoughts.
Yeah, we thought one at the other end was also clean. That got whistled. Part of the game. Yep. The freshman from Toronto misses the front end of the 1 and 1. And it could come down to that. 2:35 to go. 6-point lead for Richmond. It was 5 at halftime. Adams Woods attacking. Quinn with the block. Tyne saves it on the baseline. Spiders now have to push it across midcourt, which Jai Bailey does. What a defensive sequence there. Now on offense, Spiders will run some clock. A veteran play by Isaiah Bigelow after a heck of a block, Greg, from Neil Quinn, and then the save on the baseline.
Again, the defense comes up big for the Spiders. Another block shot by Quinn. Again, timely plays, not on the offensive end, but on the defensive end and rebounding. The Spiders have really done a nice job coming up with big-time plays in a tight game.
Now Jordan King with a 1 and 1. First time to the free throw line today. His 15th point. He's an 85% free throw shooter. That's top 10 in the Atlantic 10.
You talked about both teams are really tough on the defensive end. Way below each other's scoring average. So you talk about 75, 76 points. Both teams average scoring out there today.
8-point lead. Clock winding down to 2 minutes. Venning underneath. The whistle and the foul, I believe, on Bigelow.
Yep, you got Bigelow. It's a good foul. Put him on the free throw line, make him earn it. Only problem is you stop the clock.
Yeah. So 2 free throws here for Venning, who has been limited to 7 points, 3 of 9 from the floor. And 1 of 2 at the foul line, where he stands now. Bounces the first one in. This was a shooting foul, but the Bonnies are shooting the double bonus. 1 more 1-and-1 back the other way for Richmond. 2 for 2 for Venning. Those are clutch free throws. 6-point game.
I like to see the Spiders go long sometimes over the top.
Bailey lobs it ahead here to King. And the Spiders will reset. Jordan glances at the clock. Here comes the double team. He bounces it off to Quinn. He's got Bailey underneath. And
call the foul that
foul before Bailey and King combined for what would have been a layup.
Yeah, that was a layup for sure. That's the one you don't want him to call.
Isam Vus on the foul, and they fouled the right guy from their perspective. Jai Bailey, who is 1 for 5 at the stripe. The last 1-and-1 for Richmond. There you go.
Lifted it that time. Shot has been flat on the free throw line. Just got to give it a little bit more lift.
Spiders used a 15-0 run in the first half. St. Bonaventure went 9.5 minutes without scoring. 2 for 2 for clutch Jai Bailey. 8-point lead. 90 seconds to go. Adams Woods has it roll out on him. Venning follows it in. Clutch offensive rebound. Bonnies use a timeout. They have 1 remaining.
30-second timeout.
With 1:23 to go. Spiders have 2 timeouts.
Yes, the key is just to get the ball inbounds, get it into your good free throw shooter's hands. That'll be King. You want to hand it to Allen, and Bigelow's a good free throw shooter.
Yep. Well, we got 2 veteran teams, Greg, and the Dean of Atlantic 10 coaches matching wits as well. Mark Schmidt, Chris Mooney. Coach Schmidt, 17th year. Coach Mooney, 19th. Both are school's all-time winningest coaches.
Yep.
They are 4th and 5th in all-time Atlantic 10 victories. Coach Mooney is 4th. Coach Schmidt is 5th.
160 wins for Coach Mooney, 150 for Mark Schmidt. That's a lot of wins. Man, longevity, success.
Coach Schmidt in his 23rd year overall. He had half a dozen years at Robert Morris and has really found a home, literally and figuratively. He just speaks glowingly about everything that's going on in Olean, with his family, with the basketball program. Pretty happy guy.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. They've averaged 18 wins under his umbrella as a coach at St. Bonaventure. He had 30 players that playing professionally under his umbrella as well. So very successful, similar to Coach Mooney. It's just they run a good system.
They're going to extend this game as long as they can now. Foul immediately on the inbounds. Darrell Banks fouls Jordan King. And this will be now that is the 10th team foul. I thought they had missed one up there on the board, and I think they did. So this will be the double bonus now for Jordan King. Coach Mooney, by the way, with a win today, would break a tie with Gail Catlett, the great West Virginia coach, when they were in the Atlantic 10 for victories at an A-10 school. Coach Mooney at 333. That's what Gail Catlett had at West Virginia. Only John Chaney and Phil Martelli ahead of him. How about
That's
that?
amazing, yeah. 2 iconic coaches, legendary coaches in the Philadelphia area.
Yep. Big free throw by Jordan King. Right at his season average now, looking for his 18th point. He's got it. 4 for 4 at the line. Clutch free throws from Jordan. He's back today. 8-point lead. Venning against Quinn. to the basket with the right hand. And it rolls in for him. Wow.
Yeah.
Looked like that was going to be too strong.
He shot that line drive hard.
Put a lot of spin on it, but it came back for him. So it's only a 2-possession game now, 60-54. Last timeout used here by the Bonnies. And we'll see what Coach Moody and his staff dial up. Get the ball inbounds first of all, Greg, and then play a little bit of keep away. That's Will Geip, who had the scout on the Bonnies with some instructions there for his guys.
Well, the key is just execute the inbound play right now and then force those guys to foul you. You want it in the right hands. Jordan King, put him on a free throw line. Make them come and get the ball and they'll follow.
Remember, the Spiders doing this today with just an 8-man rotation because of the injuries, primarily the injuries to Aiden Noyes and Delani Hunt. Ryan Sulis, the freshman, is out with the fractured foot. And the 2 true freshmen just haven't gotten into the rotation yet, Trevor Smith and Colin Tanner. So really an 8-man rotation for the Spiders today.
Yeah, and they've done a nice job. Everyone has been dialed in and locked in. We talked about being mentally ready to play and really focused in on the details of the game. The Spiders have done that, especially defensively. They have made it really, really tough for St. Bonaventure this afternoon.
Bonnies have shot it decently in the second half, 9 of 18, but only 42% for the game. And the Spiders will inbound with 1:04 to go and a 6-point lead.
Well, the referee was sprinting over to us like he had something to tell us. I was like, hey, well, he said, no, just run into my spine.
He hustled. All right, Jordan King will trigger the inbound, starting 5 on the court for Richmond. Bonnies have brought Kyrell Luke in the game, a little more quickness, a little more speed. Spiders throw it out of bounds. You're allowed to do that. And then get it in. Tyne in the backcourt. Double teamed. Gets it to Quinn, who has it knocked out of bounds with 59 seconds to go.
Yeah, I don't know why Tyne pulled up his dribble that time. Keep your dribble alive. If you're a guard, you don't want to stop your dribble in the backcourt if you can help it. Keep your dribble alive, and then you got double teamed and didn't have anywhere to go with it.
And Coach Mooney's going to talk about that. He uses a timeout here. The officials are also huddling. I'd almost be surprised, Greg, if they don't take a look at that last out-of-bounds play, which you can do under 2 minutes. And Ron Topersky, indeed, is going to go over to the officials monitor on the scores table and confirm that that ball was out of bounds off of the Bonnies.
Sure, it looked like it from our angle, but you never assume.
Well, the camera never assumes, right?
That's right.
So the Spiders have to work with 58.6 in the game and 23 on the shot clock, and they got to go to the length of the court here.
Yeah, but the other thing they could be looking at is the clock as well. Make sure the clock is right when that ball did go out of bounds.
Bonnies are out of timeouts. Richmond has 1, as you see on your screen, and both teams in the double bonus. Well, the Spiders have only turned it over 6 times today. They are tied with the Virginia Cavaliers for the fewest turnovers in the nation, but it'll be more about timely turnovers or lack thereof in this last minute.
Exactly right. You got to take care of the ball for sure right now. They've done a nice job up until 58 seconds. So finish it, take care of the ball, execute, and go out with a victory.
Taking a long look at that out of bounds call just a moment ago. Let's see what we see.
It looked like
poked out of bounds. Yep.
Poked out of bounds by the Bonnies. They're going to look at that and the clock.
Well, hope this is what we have to look forward to all year long.
Yeah.
In the Atlantic 10, game's coming down to the last minute. Give you another angle here. Definitely looked like Barry Evans poked that ball out of bounds.
And
it looked like the clock stopped immediately. See if our officiating crew, Ron Taberski, Michael Lucky, Trey Steins, agrees with what they see compared to what we saw.
So looking at a really slow mo that we don't get a chance to see. I don't know. It looks like it was correct.
It is Richmond ball. And the clock is correct. Yeah, and I was just thinking that as well, Craig. Not only, and Trey Steins came over and made sure we got that. So the Spiders have a new 10 count also
because
they used the timeout.
Yeah.
So even though there's 23 on the shot clock, you would look for 20. They will get 10 seconds. They've adjusted the clock just a little bit to 59. So that was well officiated.
Can't move though, he can't run.
King and a double team finds Bailey, and they foul him immediately.
Ja did a nice job last time on the free throw line. Just take his time, take a deep breath, and make these two as well.
55.5 to go.
Well, Bob, it's going to be a lot of fun in Atlantic 10 this year. Once again, competitive games. Just like the energy level the Spiders came out with this afternoon.
That's a nice looking free throw. Point number 13.
Strong effort by Ja Bailey.
You know, both of these teams are zeroed in and focused. Both are coming off of disappointing seasons. Last year, the Spiders were 15 and 18. The Bonnies were 14 and 18. Both had losing records in the Atlantic 10, and before that, they were conference champions the two previous years. 1 of 2 for Bailey, 7-point game, 50 seconds. Flowers catch and shoot 3. Second chance, Charles Pry attacks Quinn and misses. And Quinn tips it to Tyne, who saves it to Bigelow, who's fouled.
Great play. Great hustle. Great effort by the Spiders. Doing the little things. Game like this.
And that's on Flowers, which is his 5th. So they've lost their leading scorer this afternoon. Flowers with 15. And this is Atlantic 10 determination, hustle, and grit.
Yep. Winning plays right there. That's what you need to do. All the hustle plays, little loose balls, long rebounds, effort.
And Isaiah Bigelow, who turned 24 yesterday, looking for the best birthday present of all today in his 6th year. Third straight double-double for Isaiah Bigelow. 10 points, 13 rebounds.
What an effort.
Nothing but net. 9-point lead for the Spiders with a half-minute to go. Good double team on Adams Woods. Spiders looking to finish it off defensively, where they have been locked down airtight. That's way off the mark by Banks. Bigelow with the ball in his hands. Why not? It was his game from the start. And the Spiders are going to open Atlantic 10 play with a well-earned victory.
No question about it. A well-deserved victory. They earned it. Deserved it, Bob.
What a monster performance by Isaiah Bigelow. 13 rebounds, 1 shy of his career high. And he now has 12 points. Isaiah's just been in the right place at the right time, really, since the opening tip.
Yes, he has.
Right? He started the game with a steal. He's finishing the game with a steal. And that's a lucky, unlucky 13-13 for Isaiah Bigelow.
Absolutely.
Final seconds of a feel-good Spiders Atlantic 10 victory as Richmond knocks off St. Bonaventure 65-54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54. 54 Coach Chris Moody, his 334th victory as the Spiders head coach in the Atlantic 10. Puts him all alone in third all-time in Atlantic 10 victories. But more importantly for Coach Moody and the Spiders, it's a conference opening Atlantic 10 win. Spiders now 9-5, 1-0 in the Atlantic 10. They've won 4 in a row and continue to protect the Robins Center court. Now 8-0 at home. Bonnie's dropped to 10-4. They're now 1-1 in Atlantic 10 play. They wind up with a split in their 5-day road swing through the capital city and the Commonwealth of Virginia. Isaiah Bigelow got it done for the Spiders tonight. 13 points, 13 rebounds to lead Richmond to victory. Time for our World of Beer, Coach's Corner, and our World of Beer post-game show. Out on the Dick Tarrant court we go. Here's Greg Beckwith.
Coach, a lot of energy to start this game off. What about Bigelow and how he started the game with that energy?
Toughness and physical presence. You know, of course, he was just tremendous, and